Hi, it's a Real American Brian, and I'm back to watch some more cartoons with my friends. We're on to Arise, Serpentor Arise, Part 4 of 5. So if you haven't watched the first 3 yet, you can find them in the playlist on the channel, or you can just start right here. I mean, it's Serpentor. Think we all kind of know where we're going with this, but we're going to watch cartoons, comment on them, criticize them, make jokes, and all that good stuff. So come watch them with us. Valdrick and Johnny P are joining me, and we are going to be the host for this particular episode. Are you guys ready to watch some cartoons?
Yeah. Who's Serpentor again? I forgot.
Some snake guy. I don't know. I think we're going to get. Oh, we're not going to get introduced to him in this one, are we? I don't know.
He's in the intro, so
yeah, he is in the intro.
Yo, Joe, talking comics. Here's your host. It's a Real American Brian.
who's Flint? Still my commander. Slaughter's vehicle was destroyed last episode, but it was fine in the opening. Weird. There he is.
There he is. It must all work out. He's in the opening.
Yeah, time machine.
Yeah.
Alpine.
I've noticed that Wetsuit is climbing with Alpine in the opening and a lot of times in the cartoon episodes too. Like, how did Wetsuit transition into like this?
Oh, like a parkour kind of guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, gymnastics. Wins every time. For some reason, Hawk is bigger than Slaughter there.
Yeah, a bit strange.
Dr. Mindbender was inspired by a bizarre dream to replace Cobra
A
Commander.
bizarre dream in
Here's the cod piece on still. Nothing else about that.
DNA of long-dead conquerors. Dr. Mindbender then raided
Mike, as a man of science, Christmas and DNA just go together, right?
They do, yeah.
Maybe
The
it's
DNA rotates like that, and with central parts staying the same. So,
Do you put an angel or star on top of DNA?
oh, you got to put a star. Yes.
Okay.
It's science.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you think that's possibly like some kind of creation story thing they were working in there? Or are we reading into this cartoon too much?
Future episode? Yeah, I can see that. Another Buzz Dixon classic.
Yes.
So Mike was commenting on the animation quality of the previous ones and how it was above some of the other ones. For some reason, this episode felt like it dipped back down. Like every time Mindbender is on the screen, he just looks like weird, like he's molded out of clay or something.
Yeah, I wonder. I think sometimes I notice people seem bulkier, like more. Just I don't know if it's different group of people, but almost making them look like 80s wrestler types at times.
I mean, Cobra Commander has a really good point there. Why are we putting Sergeant Slaughter's DNA? Like, we don't want this guy to be a good guy.
It's like they saw one fight with Slaughter too. I mean, I know he's like a badass, but I mean, it's a big decision to make after watching one fight.
It kind of makes sense though because the Joes win, so you want to put DNA from a winner in there. So Napoleon lost at the end, and
No spoilers, Mike. Come on.
In the previous one, we talked about too the eras that they were taking all the DNA from and how they didn't have any modern soldiers. And once we get to the point where Serpentor is leading the forces, I feel like that's a big negative. Like, he doesn't know anything about air combat or modern technology at all.
but we're going to see he speaks English fluently. So,
Yes. Yeah.
and apparently he knows how to fly his little scooter. So,
Scooter mentions the Joe's lost. The Serpentor scooter.
Call it a little scooter again. Come on.
It's an air chariot.
It's
it's a what?
flying
Air
moped.
chariot.
Okay.
Your primary goal is to find and rescue Sergeant Slaughter. But it's equally important we learn more about
Seeing multiple tomahawks in action is pretty dope.
Yeah. That's for all the people who jumped in the classified thing just now. Multiple.
At long last, the pieces of the genetic puzzle are all nearly in place.
The genetic puzzle. Why did we have that covered up with the cloth?
For dust.
Yeah.
The DNA of history's
Poop.
greatest conqueror
Yeah.
has merged with the genetic matrix.
That one guy was looking around like, are you guys believing this? Like, what's going on?
He's like, we're getting paid overtime, right?
Predictable mutations. Let the chips fall where they may, Distro. I am replacing Sun Tzu's DNA with Sergeant Slaughter's.
The time has come to
So they're taking out Sun Tzu and replacing with Slaughter.
Yes. Well, because
Why
they didn't
not
get
add
it.
to the mix.
Yeah.
And Mindbender there just admitted he's just winging it. Like, well, let's see. Let's let the chips lay where they are.
They make a big deal about how the Matrix is different because of Slaughter's DNA, even though that implies they know what all the DNA actually was ahead of time. So,
Oh, are you saying, Mike, that his doesn't like mix well with others?
yeah, it's like there's something like they need to have all these pieces to a puzzle together, and Slaughter's piece is different. But
So
that implies
Slaughter-
they know what Sun Tzu's DNA actually was to begin with.
or they
so-
know the Slaughter have an extra chromosome, is what they're saying.
It's a good thing they used flathead screws here.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
a good idea. And we don't cut our nails either.
It's also very generous of them to let their prisoner keep his sunglasses on the whole time.
Yeah. It would have been a lot easier if they just killed him.
Right?
The DNA is still good, you know.
Destro's a giant again.
I was going to say, is Destro always that tall?
No, just sometimes.
It's nice they have that name plaque already made, too, you know, etched and everything.
Well,
Like,
Mindbender has a 3D printer in the back.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pump
Cobra
it out.
Commander also owned a trophy shop, I'm sure, at one point.
And the DNA is different colors for the different people. That's nice.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Oh, I thought that was food coloring.
Maybe.
Then stand back while the men do the work.
Oh, dang.
Turn our backs.
And Cobra Commander doesn't sabotage any of this.
He just did right there.
He just did.
Well, I mean, before we got to this point, I meant like the idea that we're like,
He was playing the long game. He was waiting for this.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, none, all of it's sitting there.
All this technology, but still you got to pull that lever to get it to go.
You have to have your Frankenstein moment.
Yeah.
The-
And why do you have to cover up the goo with the towel?
Because it's goo.
Yeah.
so that would have been a normally closed relay that he just ripped those wires out of to make the door open.
Ah.
Very rare.
Was there an electrician, G.I. Joe?
I don't know. I'm sure.
Should have been.
One green
Some ground. Maybe ground. Hot wire.
Ground wire, hot
Ground
wire.
wire.
Yeah.
Have a sidekick Volt and
Yeah, Volt.
See,
He was
look
a
how
little too close to Volt a couple times, though. Then Amp came along later on for the younger
Oh,
kid.
darn.
Yep. Oh, shit monster. Looks like it's clobbering time.
yeah.
So Cobra Commander screws up the mixture by dumping his little magic pill there into it, and now we
That
have
was a Mike and Ike, actually.
Yeah.
It was a rare Mike and Ike.
He should have put his own DNA in there.
No, he did during commercial break. He knocked one in there.
My calculations were perfect.
This really isn't a bad plan for Cobra Commander to kind of take power back here.
Except that he could die right there. He should probably just leave.
Yeah, that's not great. But
I was thinking about this whole idea. So Mindbender doesn't want to rule Cobra. He doesn't want to be in charge of Cobra.
no.
He wants to build someone. He wants to build his own boss.
Mindbender wants to pull the strings. He's like a Karl Rove of sorts to George W. Bush, if you will. He wants to just pull the strings.
Yeah.
I like to think that he's smart enough to know that whoever's at the top is going to get all the blame. So he wants to be like right below that. And they're
That makes sense.
If it reaches the surface of Cobra Island, we may never recapture it.
Tough luck, Mindbender. That runaway pile of putrid protoplasm is your problem, not mine.
man. He did some reading in his thesaurus there.
Yeah, those guys are all dead. Jeez. At some point, just get an elevator.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Smart.
Personally, Dr. Mindbender, we say, let the big ugly swine go! No! We must
No.
analyze it. I think we failed.
I always appreciated how the twins have slightly different voices.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same. They put a little thought into that. So
I think that scar puts a little bass in your voice, too.
yeah.
Were they shooting harpoons?
Just practice.
I was wondering if those were bayonets or.
I think they were supposed to be, but they didn't look quite right.
Something's got the whole stinking island on alert.
That's a heavy breeze for this time of night, eh?
So G.I. Joe knows about this island base.
Yeah, so it's a really great story, actually. Cobra got it turned into a country and recognized by the other global entities as a country.
I was going to ask if it does have some kind of political thing. That's why they can't just blow it up.
So they're not allowed to attack it because
Okay.
It always comes down to paperwork. You
Yeah.
get that filed and you're good to go.
Hold still so we can blast them.
They need rear guns on those things.
They'll blast us.
Where did the other helicopters go?
I don't know.
Because they're
I think we had like 4 or 5 of them take off, right?
yeah.
They had to refuel, obviously.
They can't shoot, but this guy can drop dynamite and hit him.
Yeah.
Good.
Come no further up. Scrap iron. What are you doing here?
I thought you'd like to buy proof that it wasn't your fault the experiment failed.
I will pay 1,000,000 gold serpentines if the information is
1,000,000 gold serpentines.
Is
What
that
is
the
that?
current?
Dollars.
Is the currency of this island nation now?
Yes.
I'll take dollars.
Of course. Cobra Commander is the only logical suspect. He has crossed me for the last time. I shall make sure his fate matches that of his virus.
Was that the trash?
I think it was thrown on the floor. But at one point they called it a mutagen. At one point they called it a virus.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we really know what this is.
It's just pink stuff.
He's behind the tree.
Do this myself, maggots. No backup, as always.
Yeah.
Who needs it?
Here's that wrestling background that comes in handy.
Yeah.
Never had to wrestle a shit monster before.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, does the
I don't
Cobra
know.
culture work on a guy made out of sloppy joes? I don't know.
No.
That's how you break a neck.
You got some on him, too.
Yeah.
So both commercial breaks end with a close-up of this monster's face.
Did they ever give him a name?
I don't think so. Shit, Pentor.
Shit.
Oh, just Pentor? Oh, shit, Pentor.
Oh, that's a nice jump.
Yeah.
Oh,
Camouflage.
you're going to sleep.
He's like,
Oh,
what? Guns.
You fight like you look. Ugly, but sloppy. Real sloppy.
Yep. There it is.
Oh,
Loose
Oh.
meat sandwich right there.
Face some pretty spineless opponents, but this is ridiculous.
A slight problem with Dr. Mindbender's recipe. The poor creature.
so we never cleaned that up. I feel like that would lead to like a sequel down the line.
Yeah.
yeah.
He blocked us. After him.
Fight is useless, Sergeant. Don't look out! Stop him!
Okay.
Oh, all you have to do is trip Sarge.
He
Yep.
thought that would work.
Okay. The score is creeps 1, slaughter nothing. We're going into extra innings. Count on it.
Yeah.
Thinks Destro knows sports references. No
You
way.
got to get 1-to-1 to get extra innings too. So
Destro's like extra inning, but we're playing cricket. I don't know.
Pin him down. Quickly, I don't have all day. Well, such indomitability, such spirit. Your DNA in the genetic matrix will guarantee a perfect leader.
So he has to collect it a second time?
yeah, I never got that. Let's make a copy of it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it went bad.
I mean, that magic pill did get dropped in it before. Maybe a
Yeah.
My cup truly runneth
And now he's just taking a nap.
Yeah.
Well, he's spent now. It's a
True,
good-
sure. I always love that too.
Security breach here. How are we gonna get inside? No biggie. Go ask if you can use their phone. You serious?
I like how they fuck with him.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
great.
He's like, I swear it's local, not long distance.
You don't want to fight, so we're going to use you. You might die in this, but just be a distraction.
A few miles back, and well, I need to check in with headquarters. Hey, why didn't you tell me you were using me as a decoy for violence?
Because I didn't want you to say no.
Hey, why
Smart.
didn't you tell me?
Not gonna be one of my favorite hangouts.
Genetic matrix temperature.
Like, your new code name is Decoy anyway. So.
All perfect.
We got to throw this magic cloth over the mound
Yeah.
there.
They rebuilt everything. I love the electro chains.
I mean, that looked like a lot of expensive equipment that was destroyed, and they just
Yeah. And just how random laboratories have manacles up on the wall. So
oh, is that
is that a lightsaber?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Or one of those TSA ones, you know. The,
Oh,
They're gonna end up with a giant hot pocket.
No! Stop! Have you learned nothing from your previous catastrophe? Do you seriously expect me to permit you to create another Frankenstein that
Mindbender looked off to the side there for a second. Looked like he was considering that.
Yeah.
Did I learn nothing? Oh.
Cobra's future and my own?
this one's blue. The last one was pink.
Keep throwing crap on the floor. It's fine.
Veldrick, does color matter here? Like, as
No.
far as evil, okay, because
Yeah.
they're trying to use different colors for
Yeah.
different people, and
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter, look, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye in the past, but if I let you go, will you help me? It's a deal. I'm cutting the power.
Don't cut the power to the lab, just the manacles.
Right.
Slaughter! He's free! Stop him!
Why don't you
Just give up, Slaughter.
and make it easier on yourself?
Why don't you two maggots do such things?
Yeah.
Good thing his was destroyed. Nobody else's.
Don't want to get any of that Sarge juice in here.
I got buns of steel.
Is one of the twins left-handed, the other one right-handed?
You've been a naughty boy, Sergeant
Hard to say.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That would make sense. But
Because they're kind of like mirror.
Yeah, that's a.
They each part their hair on the other side, too.
Just
You can never get good help when you need it. He did in my hat.
Yeah. You killed my hat.
The prize that has eluded me is now mine. Arise, most powerful one. Arise.
Cobra Commander's like me.
Arise.
You failed again.
Yeah.
I
Got
love
him.
that.
oh, you suck at this science stuff.
You dumb bastard.
You dentist.
Yes, go ahead, Slaughter. Punch his lights out. What's happening?
What's that? I don't know. But it's coming from down there. Let's check it out.
Really? I think
Yeah.
I'm not going to check that out.
They can go the other way.
Oh, that I am the one you seek. I am the one born to rule, destined to conquer. Let those who fear
It's working.
me. Let those who oppose me die. For I am Serpentor, and this I command.
Does he know his name already?
He gave himself a name at birth.
Yes.
That's pretty badass.
How did he have any knowledge there was snake-related things? Like, you know?
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Did-
why
you
would
know-
he be like, you know, I am here. I am Steve. You know, Steve doesn't ring like Serpentor rings. You know what I'm saying?
G.I. Joe will return after these messages.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Spirit, I know this one.
Yeah.
Does not mean you cannot see how to solve problems. Let's all look.
Blind does not mean you cannot see.
But like I said, let's all look, except for the blind guy.
Real American Brian, is this also for colorblind too?
Yes, colorblind people can still see.
Can you still help find cats?
Sure, yeah. I'm probably actually better
What
at it.
if I said I lost a green cat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so way off track from G.I. Joe, but they've done studies that colorblind people can pick up like snakes hiding camouflaged and stuff better than people that can't,
Okay.
because they're used to focusing on tones rather than colors.
Ah, nice.
All right, we made it through part 4 of Arise, Serpentor, Arise. What do you guys think? You still loving this series?
Yeah. I was actually like really excited. And then when they showed the what's upcoming, I'm like, there's no way they're going to cram all that into a half hour.
Yeah, so that was one of the, so I feel like was it episode or part 3, I felt like it was a very similar to part 2. And
Yeah.
they could like change some stuff there. And then this one, I expected to see like full Serpentor at the end of this one so we could have one whole part of him fighting.
Yeah. It was it's great to see this kind of, you know, legendary character, and it's a multi-part story that goes into it. So you're right though. There's a lot left to see here, but they you know, good to get some good science in it as well, learn a few things.
Yeah.
Learn stuff as well.
I think, and one of the other ones we talked about, I thought this could have been a 3-part story, and I still think it could have been, but I also appreciate that they didn't rush it like that, and they let it like breathe and stretch out over 5 episodes.
To me, this felt like it wasn't just a Serpentor story; it's also a Sergeant Slaughter story as well.
Yeah. Sarge definitely features quite a bit in it. So over the 4 parts that we've watched so far, like Sarge and Serpentor, or the creating of Serpentor, but Sarge and the Dreadnoughts, I think, appear in it a lot more than I remembered.
Yeah. There was no Zartan here. It's so weird to have such a major story with 5 parts and not see key members of both sides, like Snake Eyes, Scarlet, the other side, Firefly. You just don't see anyone. Zartan.
Yeah, well, this was
this episode.
This was the beginning of season 2 as well. This 5-part story. So they had the gap between season 1 and season 2, and really the animation timeline gap of season 1. Like all those toys that come out in that meantime, they had to catch up with. So this is like introducing all the stuff that's never been introduced yet that's already been on the show.
So this is a lot of it is like the next round.
Yeah, it's kind of like this is the new generation or whatever you want to say.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Because I was thinking like getting the Sergeant Slaughter toy. Was that a mail away?
Initially, yes.
Okay. I remember getting that, and it was sort of like, the new class.
Yeah.
Out alongside. So okay, that makes sense. I forget sometimes that the cartoon was there to sell toys.
Yeah, and my childhood memory timeline's all screwed up on this too. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact that this didn't happen this way, but the movie taking place so much, I thought the movie like introduced this story, but it's actually quite the opposite.
The movie was the end of the show, right?
Yeah, that wasn't the intention, but that's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we going to watch the movie on one of these episodes sometime?
I think we should.
Okay.
I mean, that'll be a longer one. I don't know. That may be more tricky with copyright issues, but we'll figure out a way to do it.
Okay. I mean, you could just have no audio and we just read the script, but just spitball.
I think there's a podcast that did that for at least a few scenes.
Oh, like really?
Different podcasts come and like read the script, and it was pretty entertaining.
It'd be funny if it was the 3 of us, but then we still got Don Johnson to do Falcon. Like, it'd be funny. Like, we spent the whole budget on Don Johnson's voice.
All right, so part 4. Let's give out some flag points. Johnny, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'm going 4 for 4. I think it was a 4-pointer. Had everything I could possibly want, and still a integral part of the whole story.
All right. How about you, Valdrick?
I'm also going to go 4. I thought it was pretty well done, and it actually got me excited to watch the last one. So,
all right. Well, I'm going to keep it nice and boring and also give it a 4. I think the part 3 was kind of dipped down a little bit in my interest, but this picked it right back up, and I'm ready to finish it out. I also really appreciated Cobra Commander in this. Like in the cartoon, he's always a buffoon and screwing up all the time. But in this one, like you could see like his plotting a little bit. Like that made sense. Like he was trying to regain his power. So I appreciated that.
Well, like, at some point, he probably realizes what else could he do. He's watching the inmates run the asylum, so to speak, and he has to just either take it or come up with these long game type, to try to do something.
It's like, oh yeah, sure, you should take over leadership from me. Oh look, you screwed everything up. I guess I'm not so bad.
He's like, I'm just gonna go to the Cobra vending machine and get these Micanites. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I got one left. Anybody want one? No? Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me for part 4, and we will be back next Saturday, if you're watching this as it comes out, to finish off this with part 5 of Arise, Serpentor, Arise.
That was a real American Brian. And now you know, because knowing is half the Brian.